Now, what would you say? What would your kids say are their favorite things about the pop-up hubs? Is just the social part, or do they have like a favorite activity they like to plan when you guys actually plan these, or what would they say?
Well, I would say, first of all, is they help for the pop-ups that I plan, and they help with the planning. And we comb through articles about what's great to do with kids in this area. There's certain things like I love hot springs. So if there's ever a hot spring around, that typically gets put onto the plan. And the kids, well, okay, they're teenagers. So they like to visit Starbucks around the world. And I'm like, for a while, I was hiding that. Like, why am I hiding that? Yeah, we're super American. But the thing is, it is, when you think about it, it's culturally significant. Like, this is what Starbucks looks like in Mexico. Here's what it looks like in Paris. Here's what it looks like in Tokyo. We've been to like 4 in Tokyo. And they compare prices. It's just a way for them to see the world the way like they like it. So a lot of times, even though we don't say, all right, 2 p.m. we'll be at Starbucks, a lot of times there is a chance for a coffee break, or the kids can go off on their own or go to a mall or just do something teen related, just hang out without the adults there, go hang out on the square, get an ice cream, whatever it is. So they like that. But the other thing, which I didn't expect, is that I try to include lots of different types of activities. So nature walks, museums, historical architecture, like just like bits and pieces. So you get a feel for the place that you're visiting. And my kids love going to museums with other kids. And I think part of the reason why is that they start seeing that material through their peers' eyes. And we have a very good friend who's quite into 16th century art. And they could explain, like, here's why these things are posed in the picture this way, or this is what this is representing. And for my to hear that from another peer, it's a lot different than listening to mom talk about it, or reading a book about it, or hearing the curator at the museum speak about it. And those are all valid ways to learn as well. But when it comes from a peer, it's a lot different. So when we were in Florence, one of our friends was going to be there, and my daughter said, "Oh, I can't wait to go to the Uffizi with my friend," because she knew she was going to learn a lot more because the friend was bringing that to the table as well. And the last thing I want to say about the activities, my kids, they will go on walks and hikes, but they sometimes whine about it. So when there's other friends there, it's like this magical thing that we can just walk and it's not a problem. And nobody's saying, can we just turn around now? Because they're
Right.
chit chatting with friends, and it just makes the whole experience so much more fun.
I agree. A lot less whining when there are other kids present. And it's not the peer pressure. It's that they have somebody else there, somebody that they can relate to on their own level.
Exactly.
Mine, my little man, he doesn't normally love museums. Sometimes he'll go and he'll talk to us about certain ones. But I remember a time in Merida, and this is one of the pop-up hubs that we went to with you guys. And he just made a brand new friend that day. And they were walking through the thing together and talking about the art. And no,
Yeah.
they weren't making like adult comments about the art, but they were relating it to their own things, their video games. They're like, and I have a video of them. That reminds me of the blood and whatever game. And I'm like, oh my gosh, but they're talking about the art.
Yes.
Uh,
Yeah. Isn't that hilarious?
it is
You would
hilarious.
never expect. Yeah. Like you would not expect them to be able to draw a conclusion from their video games to like some actual valid art, and enjoy themselves in an art museum. Like it's surprising. And I love being surprised like that.
Those are pleasant surprises, especially as a parent. We love to see our kids growing and thinking for themselves. So that was awesome. And that's the type of thing that this can do for traveling families. And a lot of our listeners some of them are currently traveling, and some of them are thinking about traveling. And so I want to put out ideas out there, answer some of those questions that they're getting, some of the pushback that they're getting from friends and family, some of the questions that they're posing themselves and things like that. And this really leads to that socialization part